right, so I'm going to start. My name is Bingma. I'm from Economics Department. Today I'm going to present some of the issues that I might have and some of the benefits that I might have from a hybrid course. I never taught any hybrid course before, so if you have any helpful comments, it's extremely appreciated. So the summer course I'm going to offer is Econ 421. I hope that you are still interested in economics. Okay. All right, but anyway, this cohort is just econ oriented. But anyway, this course is titled as Introduction to Econometrics. I don't know whether you have any sense of econometrics. Econometrics is essentially concerned with how people can learn from data. So for example, given the data, how people can forecast the future events based on past data, or what kind of effects of the past policies, and what they can learn from the data about the relationship between certain interesting scenarios, like whether there is any correlation between mother's, prenatal care and the newborn baby's birth weight, something like that. And then based on that, one of the goals of this course is to get students to be familiar with Stata. Stata is a very popular econometric software increasingly used in corporate, government, and academic jobs, and is increasingly being valued by the employers currently. One of the problems that I used to have when I offer econometrics is I find out that a lot of students might easily get lost from a face-to-face setting. For example, if I have a 20-person lab session, and then I just show them step by step how to use data from the beginning. And then, for example, when I clicked Start, the Start on the left bottom, and then find out programs and then Stata, just by that 5 seconds, some students raise their hands. Where are you? Something like that. But those are very easy questions, but that is costly for lecture times. And because different students might have different questions at different point of time during the whole lab session, so basically the lecture time allocation is not very efficient. So that's my observation. And the hybrid element might be perfect in that scenario. So I think that hybrid delivery helps a lot to get students on board easily and can review the steps anytime they want and if they need. Okay? All right. But of course, I will mention some drawbacks or some concerns about hybrid element later about the possible evaluation problem or how to attract the students when we are not there. So, but anyway, and then the second element of today's presentation is proposed activities. I create a sample video lecture with Camtasia, and I think you can easily get it from the website. This Camtasia. Okay, before I start, let me give you some background about this. For this Camtasia file, what I'm going to do is to give them the introduction to Stata the first day. So the backgrounds of the students of this course, most of them, I think almost everyone who is my audience, have never used Stata, have never heard about Stata, and don't know what is Stata about. And what I'm going to do from this file is to give them a startup of Stata, to show them step by step how to open Stata, okay, and what windows Stata has, and how to input commands, something like that, very basic thing. But when I make this sample, I make it about 18 minutes in total, which is I think it's kind of long because I even couldn't tolerate it when I replay it. I cannot tolerate from the first seconds until the last. So I will cut them, shorter later. But anyway, so this is the background. Okay, so I'm going to start it.
Class
Today I'm going to show you how to get started in Stata. First, you just go to Start and Programs and look for Stata. Okay, and double-click the Stata icon, and you will.
I just want to point something out. Bing, you're doing an excellent job of the zooming that I think Tim was mentioned, going in and out. I haven't seen anybody do that. That's really effective because now you can draw, you know, in to focus on what's going on. If you just play it here, I think you're going back and forth. You can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You have to get started in Stata. First, you just go to Start and Programs and look for Stata. Okay, and double-click the Stata icon, and you will see 4 windows pops up. The first window you will see is on the left top, which is Review window, and then Variable windows, Command window, and Results window. The 4 windows could be zoomed in and out to give a different size as you like, and you can also move them to wherever you like. Okay, alright, I'm going to put that there. Before you start any Stata session, it's usually a good idea to find out what's your current working directory.
Yeah, I'm getting tough in my old age. You know, once we know that we have the video, you know, I think we get the idea. Let's get to what people are saying about it, and that, you know, might get there. You have no knowledge of old age. I'll grant you that.
A very important element of this talk is the feedback. So overall, I got very positive feedback about this kind of hybrid element from my colleague, and I typically ask those colleagues who ever taught econometrics in their career. So basically, what they think this is very encouraging, because they think that basically this type, well, if it is a whole 100% online course, it's a different story. But if it is a hybrid, part of it is online, especially for the software part. If it is online, then the colleague think that that helps students a lot when they get home, because if you just do it face to face once, that's just one story, and then they might forget it easily and get lost. They don't know where to go from start to Stata, and then which the window is about, just after about 1 hour session. So basically, I got positive feedback, but there is an issue about sound control that they mentioned. So I copy a student's email to me after she reviewed my video. She mentioned that one problem that I didn't find, my colleague didn't find. She said that she wouldn't play until 12 minutes 51 seconds, and then she said she tried 3 times, and that might be her own computer problem, but I don't know why. And another feedback she said is that she can completely follow along each steps and instructions I'm providing, and she mentioned that she would like to have a fairly simple programs once I finish the step-by-step introduction. So she is kind of very well. I taught her before, so I know her personality. She is a very responsible student, and she usually have a lot of thoughts about the way that I'm teaching. So that's why I asked her to give me feedback. And she is a straight A, always straight A, not only in my course, in any course. So basically, and then she said that she want more program running, something like advanced stuff. Of course, I can add them in when I construct the course. And then there is one concern she has is about the sound. She thinks that it's very hard to hear most of the time, maybe because of my volume, or maybe because of my microphone quality. I don't know, but I would investigate in that. And then, yeah, the most important and favorite feedback is that she said she will definitely take that course with this hybrid element in it. So that's the condition. So basically, yeah. So basically, that's the feedback that I got. After those feedback, I think based on myself, I mean my own review is that I was kind of get bored when I, suppose that I'm a student and then sit in front of my computer trying to, read or listen to my professor's lecture online. I easily get deviated. Maybe I got hungry suddenly and I went to the kitchen and forgot that totally. And because as Kitty said, it's easily that we don't have monitoring vehicle about the students' performance when we are not physically there. So what I'm thinking is to either try my best in the next presentation to think about, is there any better way like discussion board or the quizzes or any other vehicle that I can use in this hybrid course to monitor their activities afterwards, and how, as well as to make my own online video attractive to them, or at least try to attract them or give them some incentives in the lecture.
One thing could be because you already know this stuff, so you're bored looking at something you already know.
Yeah, that's also true.
So it may not be as boring as you think.
Maybe that's good. But anyway, I just want to say that I want the video to be as attractive as possible. Like I can start by saying that this kind of software skill is highly valued by the employers in the current economic setting. So then the student might get motivated to focus on what I'm talking about. So but anyway, those are the feedbacks. That's it.
I think probably chunking it would probably be a good idea, because the 18 minutes, like
Yeah,
you said, is awful
that's
long.
true.
And if you
That's
can
too
get
long.
individual tasks down and
Yeah.
chunk it a little bit more, you'd probably be a lot more effective.
Yeah, I don't know if you all saw the thing that I passed around from the Chronicle of Higher Ed,
Yeah, right,
the
yeah.
1 minute lecture. I mean, you can really object to it, but when you think about it, when you're not there to present it, and it's just a disembodied voice speaking at you, there is just less is more.
Yeah.
Smaller chunks. You can have many chunks.
Yeah,
You could take,
that's true.
6 3-minute chunks for your 18 minutes, and break them up. And because I think when people know, when they see up front what the length of the online lecture is going to be, they're making a mental, assessment of, okay, I can do 3 minutes.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Here?
Yeah, we did it here.
Okay.
Okay. And it's that kind of thing that I think if you build them onto each other rather than try to put them all into one, it's always much more
You
effective.
could also assess them in between.
Yeah.
They could, I don't know if it's possible, but
By giving quizzes?
what you could do is, you could create a 10-question quiz or 20-question quiz that they print out and sit there and answer in between each part, then go into Blackboard and fill in the answers and turn it in.
I don't know what kind of export there is from Stata, but you have a problem, you demonstrate it, and then you have another problem that they have to solve, and then turn in the result in the Stata program, and they turn that in.
That's
And then by getting that turned in, that allows them to go to the next lecture, but they can't go to the next lecture unless they have a score of turning in the assignment. That's the Blackboard Adaptive Release. That's a hugely powerful tool that I don't see enough people taking advantage of.
the other
Maybe-
thing is,
Because they don't understand.
Right. That's.
Well,
I was kind of thinking.
this is how I'm trying to explain
How
it.
you get
one
the
way
word
to
out.
get people excited about lectures is if they could somehow relate it to something tangible that they might encounter already. So if there's an article in the news or something, or somehow somebody used Stata to, where you could say, here's a brief article about something of interest in econometrics. You could easily see how Stata was used as a tool in order to come up with the results that they're presenting. Something. Usually a picture works too. I find that students respond more to contemporary issues that they can relate to,
Yeah.
and merging that with what you think is boring.
Yeah, usually later, I mean, if you took my course, you will see that there's a lot of real world problems facing them, and they have to finish their problem sets, either by group or by themselves. I give them option. This is optional. If they want a group, then they choose a group, but not maximum. The maximum group number is 3 persons in one group. So basically, what I'm doing in this course is to give them a lot of real problems. And then the students apply the econometrics techniques they learn from the course in those kind of problems using the real world data. And those are, but when, like you said, I do try to remind myself to make the the video as short as possible, but I cannot stop because those kind of things was kind of, to me, it's kind of like they are coherent, you know. They can, if I separate them, I feel kind of like I was enjoying my lunch, but suddenly somebody let me stop and then take a rest for 10 minutes and then take the lunch again. Something like that. So basically, it depends on, I can give the option to students, that's what I'm thinking currently, that either it's an 18 minutes option or I separate them by 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes to make the students mind. Whatever you like, you choose your.
As long as you're not creating 2 lectures, you know, either.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, either you say you're going to go 15 minutes long, and you just stop them every 5 minutes and put them up, and you know, who cares whether or not it cuts you off in the middle of your thought. That's one way. But you know, if you do it that way, it's easy on you, maybe a little disjointed to them. On the other hand, if you do 5-minute chunks, there's the beginning, the setup, and the close for each one of those things. Then it puts a little bit more emphasis on you. So you have to sort those kinds of things out. But I think you're onto something. I think the feedback. I love the zoom, pan, and back and forth.
Okay.
Love it.
All right.
Absolutely
Thank
love
you.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
You got to move on to
Yeah,
punch
move
roll.
on. Okay,
Good job.
thank you.
Yep.
Don't walk off.